Hello, I'm Mirek Maněna, and this is my second part of Q&A.
Will introduction of the new player controller give us better control of characters, or will it still be rigidly attached to Arma 3?
It's our target to be better than Arma 3, and what will be more, there will be more dynamic camera, because we also have different camera setups for every stance. Our target is definitely to have good movement as in any other modern action game.
We hear a lot about server performance and its importance on gameplay. Can you describe some of the challenges the gameplay programming team has in improving this area? What resources do they use the most of, and how do you think you might be able to improve their resource consumption in the future?
Well, there are two big challenges. We want to have a high simulation rate, which consumes CPU and low network traffic as possible. The server works in three major steps. First, it receives input messages from clients, then it simulates the whole world, and then it sends results to all players. So most intensive is the second part, the world simulation, because we want to have a lot of players on the server and a lot of infected and animals. We already implemented a LOD mechanism for simulation. It makes less simulation steps for units which are more farther from players. So basically it helps us also to disable infected which were farther than 500 meters. In third part, it's the network traffic what is problem. We are not happy with the current state, but we have some plans how to do it or how to improve it.
How exactly does persistence work, and what is being saved besides the items themselves?
Persistence is another complex system in our game. It has to continually save the state of the game on the background, and now we can save whole world in 30 seconds. It saves everything about loot, about house doors, states, vehicles, dynamic events like heli crashes. And now we are working on saving of house containers, infected and animals positions. Another thing is that every loot has its own category, and it's up to designers how they will set up it or configure it. So they can set up lifetime from tens of minutes to tens of the days.
In recent experimental updates, there were some versions where our frame rate seemed to be lower than it actually was. What were you trying with this update, and what improvements did it offer?
So in 61 we have fixed time step in simulation, and this is very important for client-server synchronization. So basically this simulation rate is slower than a render rate, and that means that in one frame the player is moved and in other one it's not. So this is what caused the jittering, and we had to implement some interpolation between these two steps. Anyway, it introduced the input lag, but I talked about this earlier, so we will deal with this. This also helped us to increase the server performance, so we were able to add more AIs, so now you can enjoy more infected and animals.
You've spoken about a new damage system before. What does this offer DayZ, and how will it impact us players?
The biggest disadvantage of legacy Arma damage system is that everything is explosion, so it's very hard to balance it for melee combat. So we created a new complex damage system where we can easily set up different types of attacks and armors, like blunt, projectile, fire, explosions, almost everything. This will easily allow us to balance every type of attack and armor.
As DayZ moves toward beta and releasing from early access, what do you see as your team's biggest hurdle moving forward?
I think the biggest enemy of development is time. So the time and the rule that if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. This is happening often. But I can say the biggest hurdle is player controller revamp, because it is the main task to do beta stage. So when we will move to beta stage, I believe that then it will be everything much faster, because we will be able to fix bugs very fast.
And finally, Abraham or Glenn?
That's an interesting question, because I stopped watching Walking Dead series 2 years ago, and I like them both, so I hope they both list. Thank you for watching my Q&A, and see you in channel.